Unscripted, unshackled, uncouth.
What you're about to hear is for more mature audiences only.
It's Miguel and Holly, Uncensored.
Hi, we here, y'all. How you doing?
I'm doing.
Holly, why do you have that crazy look on your face?
Everything is echoing.
Is that going?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's try to figure this out here.
Is it not for you?
No.
It's all so much echoing.
Is it really?
Yes.
Hold on. Let's figure out why here. What about now?
I don't know. Say something.
I
can hear myself and I can hear you twice.
Oh.
So weird.
Hold on. Let's see here. We're going to figure this out. Stand by for technical difficulties.
Does anyone else hear an echo or is it just me?
I can hear it coming from your headphones now.
Yeah.
Okay, so my computer is like this silent.
Kelvin, mute your computer.
It's muted.
It's muted.
Yeah.
All right. Lisa, Francisco, Loris, and everything else. That sounds fine on their end. When we were talking beforehand, was it giving you an echo?
No.
All right, hold on. We're gonna figure this out.
Through it.
No. Okay, what about now? Do you hear an echo? Still?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's try this. What about now? Do you hear an echo?
Still echo. Sorry.
No, you're fine. We're just trying to figure it out.
Like, do you hear what it sounds like?
Ooh, girl.
That's so rough.
All right, hold on.
Is your computer muted?
Is what?
Is your computer muted?
Yes.
All right, let me actually try this. What about now?
No.
Wait,
I'm going to come back in the room. I'm going to leave.
Okay. Holly's going to leave. So unfortunately, if you're watching this, you got to, as we go through this, but I'll edit this part out of the actual.
Okay, you know what?
What?
It's not StreamYard because I'm still hearing the echo.
Okay.
Can you disconnect me from,
the
thing and then reconnect it?
Absolutely. Let's try that. All right. I'm going to try to reconnect you. She can't hear me. All right. I have reconnected you.
No.
That's so odd.
Okay. I'll just deal with it. I'm going to lower my headphones. So hopefully it doesn't mess you up. I'll keep one on and then we'll go from there. I
know. I just feel bad because sitting here it's one thing to do like a 3-minute segment on the radio, but then to sit here for 20 minutes, it's like, oh.
It is a little rough, but we're going to get through it together.
All right. I'm just really curious what happened. All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. Kelvin, can you pull up the texting? Because I did want to talk about, we didn't get to this on the air, about the unusual places that you have had adult time.
My.
Sure. And so if you here on the podcast, on the Facebook and YouTube, want to let us know about some of the strange places. You know what, Holly? There's one more thing I'm going to check.
Did Dave touch stuff while he was in there?
No, there was one thing we did. All right, what about now?
Try it again.
Can you hear me? Is there an echo?
No, it's an echo.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Dang.
Oh. What about now? Is there an echo?
Ooh.
No, that fixed it.
All right, got it. Boom. Call me Engineer Miguel.
What was it?
Pete.
So, not to bore you all, but just the way that we have stuff set up, for Kelvin's computer, we had to do something different. I had to push a different button, so that's why.
That's my fault.
Yeah, it's pretty much
fault.
It's your fault. So
thanks a lot.
Thank you all for sitting through 4 minutes of us.
God. Ugh. Okay. What did you even say? I was really going to try to make it through, but I would probably have made it through 10 minutes and then be like, y'all don't need me.
No, I saw your face. You were like, can't do it. Let's see. Shannon said, I gotta go. This whole having a job thing. Shannon said, dang it, I gotta go. This whole having a job thing is interfering with my podcast time.
I feel you.
And then Francisco said, this is why I love the podcast.
Wow. The chaos. Cool.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, we get everything. Stuff. And then, all right, let's see. Noemi I got it. See, just give me a second. I gotta wait. Noemi. Hey, my favorite people. Thanks so much for the shout out for my Azalea Bulldog cheerleaders last week, by the way. Absolutely. And also too, before we get to some of these texts that we got in about strangest places or odd places you've done the dirty. For those of you that just listen to the podcast, we are taking Queen City Secrets daily on our on-air show starting tomorrow. So every morning at 7:10, you're going to be able to hear Queen City Secrets. And Holly, can you explain how they can submit their secrets now?
Okay, 2 ways. You can write them in like normal. So you go to hits961.com, click on Miguel and Holly, and then there's a little tab where you can submit your secret, and you do, and we keep you anonymous. Cool. And we just read them, and, shock and awe ensues. But now we also have a way where you can submit them audio-wise. You can say it. You can speak it, sis. So you of course download the free iHeartRadio app and type in Hits 96.1 where you find our station anyway. It's this, this logo, Hits 96.1. And on the main page of the Hits 96.1, on the app, on the iHeart app, there's a little red microphone button. So you tap that and you speak your secret. Like it does, it's like, I think it's only like 20 seconds or something. So you can't spend 3 minutes detailing this secret. It's like a quick thing. You speak your secret, it gets delivered to us. We will voice disguise it to keep you anonymous. And then we're going to play them back on the air. So 2 different ways that you can submit secrets: online, hits961.com, and on the iHeartRadio app if you go to the Hits 96.1 main page. So do that.
Miguel seems to really like the chipmunk sounding voice changer when we could do the deeper, scarier one. But
I know the deeper, scarier one is so reminiscent when they would have like on Geraldo or like Jenny Jones, like someone giving an interview and they would black the face out and then they'd be like,
Yes.
I don't know why this person was reaching out. Like that always creeped me out.
Now we are talking about voice disguising the
Yes.
messages,
the audio secrets.
So here's one I did earlier. So this is my voice, but this is how we're able to voice disguise it.
So one time my neighbor came over and we got busy and it was really, really good. But my boyfriend doesn't know.
So that's what it'll sound like. So you
Kelvin said, I don't know why Miguel likes the upper pitch of the voice disguiser instead of the lower pitch.
Well, I think because like some shows have done that, and when you hear the lower pitch, I feel like it's harder to hear in your car. Like it's, and this is why I like to listen to our show usually once or twice a week after the fact in my car, just because like in our headphones, we pick up on all the little like noises and sound effects and stuff. But when you're like in your car and you've got like your kids screaming and you're like the bumps in the road and stuff, or just the wind, that's why I like to hear it in the car, to hear how you listening hear it. So that's why I like that. But I will try both. And especially as they start to come in, I know it'll be a little slow. So if you all want to leave your secrets on the iHeartRadio app, did you explain how to do that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Sorry, my doctor just called, so I had to.
Oh, that's okay. Y'all good?
Yes, we're good. So I am keeping my doctor in St. Pete because they've just had me for 6, 7 years. And I was gonna get a new one here, but I just, as I'm getting older, like they know my history. Abe goes to the same doctor. I just felt like I wanted to keep the same one. And they can do it now because of COVID. We can all do that type of stuff, and so then once a year I'll have to like go in physically to do it, but otherwise they'll be able to do it over the phone.
Does your insurance still pay for virtual visits?
I don't know. I have to figure that out. That's why they were calling me, because they were like, we need you to upload all of your new insurance information so we can start the process of everything.
That's the only bad thing, because my mom's neurologist called the other day and they were like, well, she'll have to come in for this appointment. I'm like, she really can't. And they're like, well, her insurance doesn't cover virtual visits anymore, so you'll have to pay out of pocket. I was like, we're going to just go ahead and cancel the appointment then. Like, she can't do it right now. Right. Sorry. Like, it just pisses me off because clearly we can do virtual visits.
Right.
But these doctors, and I don't know if it's like a whole conspiracy, it probably is, like the doctors and the doctors' offices and the insurance companies, like we need the buildings. Like I feel like the doctors and medical staffs were like, listen, we're paying people to come work at these buildings. We got to pay rent. Like we got to collect copay somehow from y'all coming in the building. So come on back in. And that's just what's going on. It just sucks. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox.
No, but I mean, everybody has a story about how insurance has screwed them over somehow. Like, we had that PayFlex thing with your insurance where you pay a little bit every month, but you get a card loaded with money for the year to pay for like any sort of medical
pre-tax.
issues. And it's pre-tax. And so I was like, oh, I did that for Abe and I when he was on my insurance. And then was it last year or 2 years ago when I hurt my knee? It was 2020.
2020.
It was 2020, and I hurt my knee, and I had to get an X-ray and then an MRI.
Yeah,
and the PayFlex wouldn't pay for the MRI, and I was like, not the podiatrist, but the whatever the doctor is for your knee. He wrote a note. My general practitioner wrote a note, and they still kept saying nope, nope, nope. And so I had to eat the $500 cost. So when I'm like, why am I having money taken out of my paycheck every month if you're not going to pay for something that I was hurt? I had to get an MRI to know what to do. And they're like, no, it doesn't count. And that's when I was like, I was so pissed.
Which is so crazy because like you can use PayFlex even to get vitamins.
Right.
And you're like, this is my money.
Right.
It's a medical thing. There's literally no reason.
Right.
I was so mad.
That's
and then it's like when you're on the phone with people, you try to be nice because, you know, a lot of times they can't make those decisions on the phone. But you're like, this is $500 that I've already paid you for.
It's just sitting there.
It's there. So now I got to pay another $500 for something that I've already should have paid. Like,
cool. That's how it works. Cool.
And that's totally the opposite of what Florida Blue does because they'll send you out like a $300 card if you just watch like a 5-minute video. They'll do this like seasonally. I don't know why, but they just do. And then when you get the card, it'll tell you you can only use it at the optometrist, the doctor, the dentist. This is your own damn money.
Yeah,
that's
weird. We had bad experiences with Florida Blue. Florida Blue is possibly also one of the worst, like on the back end,
right?
To get the stuff to you, they don't want to pay stuff.
I think one of the biggest things about being an adult that sucks the most is just the scams that you have to watch out for, or how people try to nickel and dime you for stuff that like you literally have to be so vigilant over those things because everybody's trying to, I mean, at the end of the day, everybody has a business and they're trying to get more money. And even just little things, like I got so mad the other day unnecessarily because, you know, their business that's trying to figure out how to stay afloat, like with the newspapers and the Charlotte Observer here, like they don't give a lot of articles free. You have to pay for them. And I was like I already pay for like 6 other things, you know, little, you know, oh, it's just $4 a month. It's just $2 a month. And I'm like, by the time you look up, you're paying $8 million for all these little things. Just $2, $3 a month. It's like, but they got to make money because their ad sales aren't what they used to be for newspapers. So
I know.
Anywho, let's
talk
about it's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a trap. Wait, no, that's not the one. Time to talk about sex.
Yes, great transition.
Time to talk about doing it.
My favorite.
And before we transition, I just want to say shout out to TJ, who is in West Virginia, and he said it's raining and flooding there.
Oh no.
So we are sending you some love and hope that everybody around you and that you are okay, TJ. So we did something about odd places that you have done it. And I just want to give a shout out for Laura Top Life, who was like, we just barely got into it. She was like, outdoors, tourist attractions, BJ's. Oh,
Not the BJ's.
I thought she was talking about BJ's Wholesale
Not the
Club.
restaurant, not the wholesale club.
I thought she was
that
gonna
restaurant though. They got some good
It's
apps.
a great, yeah,
Woo!
dessert.
Outdoors tourist attractions and then downtown shopping while he's driving. Laura said.
Not Miss Laura.
Laura Top Life is getting it, y'all.
She coming through.
Yes, mama.
Holly.
What?
Strangest place you've had some adult time, honey.
There have been some weird places. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like you got the beach, which isn't that weird, but I didn't like it whatsoever because you can't you got sand
At
everywhere. Yeah, at
Okay.
night. It was not pleasant. It's hard.
Yeah.
Like, ow.
We're getting to the ground.
I know.
It's in the ground. Like,
That's why with that one ludicrous song, you like in the garden, all in the dirt. I'm like, no, thank you. I don't need dirt up there. Thank
Now,
you.
when you did it at the
Wow.
beach, like, did you have a towel down?
I think there was a towel or a blanket, but even still, you've ever gone to a beach? You know that the blanket doesn't keep the sand off.
No, it
Right.
doesn't. No.
That's like fake news. So that I know, right? I'm a sandy hoo-ha. But like, so I was on at one time in college, there was like it was in a garage out the back of a house that we were having a party, and it was on a Volvo. The Volvo was in stories for a long time. The hood of the Volvo. Not
What?
the inside,
Oh.
the hood.
Now, what time of year was this? Because
Summer.
wasn't the top of the hood hot?
No, it was
I
in
feel
the
like-
It was
garage
in
at
the
night.
garage.
I know, but I guess it's the north, so it doesn't get like super hot. But even like in the garage, you don't have air
The
conditioning
door
in there.
was open. The garage door was open.
There was a
It's
breeze?
not like there was a
A
breeze.
little tiny breeze, girl.
Breeze between your knees, honey, on the Volvo.
On that Volvo, we have that Volvo, and I think to this day, that probably is the craziest. I don't remember. Like, I think I may have blocked out some other ones. I don't remember. Like, there was the Volvo, the beach, which is not that crazy. There was my car. You know, when you're young, like when I had my first boyfriend in college and like you're visiting each other from college break or whatever,
Mhm.
there's nowhere to go.
Right,
Like there's
right.
just so in the car was like
Lots of
very
cars.
uncomfortable. Yeah, lots of cars, a lot of
Yeah.
themes there.
Hold on, we got to go through some of these comments on the Facebook, girl. Francisco said, "This is embarrassing and I would never do it again. But after a night of drinking and after leaving the club, you get in the mood. And the only thing we could find was the back of a church
Oh,
parking lot in Orlando.
Oh dear.
Francisco, what would the
Oh.
Lord say? What did the Lord say?"
Lord turned his eyes.
Girl, and then Laura Top Life said, "Francisco getting blessed, girl."
Oh boy. Yeah.
Hold on, let me just play this for San Francisco.
amen.
This
This was
music reminds
playing.
me that I haven't gone to church in a long time.
Amen.
This was playing in the background. Let's see here. And Amanda said, on the top of a car in a military hangar. Ooh, that would be hot though. I feel like in a military hangar. Was it a military person?
Probably.
My
Mhm.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yes. Kelvin,
Yes.
where have you done it? That was strange.
Define done it. Are we talking full through? Or are we talking just
Anything.
The
Anything.
Fooling
Glock
around?
Glock 6000?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any sort of anything.
Okay. So the first time I ever had sex with my fiance
Mm-hmm.
was actually in my old radio station
Wow!
in the prod room in the back.
A lot of radio stations get a lot of action. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Miguel, don't act like you never.
I used to listen to the Elvis Duran morning show, and I would hear a lot of their producers say that they like hooked up right then and there. And I'm like, oh my God, how could you allow this? I became one of those people.
Oh, okay. So I've never
Yes.
done it professionally in a radio station. Only when I was in college radio.
Professionally?
When in college radio, I did in the lobby of 91.9 The Buzz, Georgia
Lobby.
Southern, in the
Mm.
lobby.
In the lobby.
I was the station manager. It was Christmas break. This guy messaged me on Yahoo Messenger, and so
Yes, Yahoo Messenger. Looking?
Oh.
Question mark.
Oh, Oh.
So I remember I met him at the gazebo in front of the radio station outside, and he was like trying to get it going. I'm like, it's cold. It was Christmas break. I was like, I gotta like still do stuff with the college radio station because I was a manager and I had keys. So I went into the Williams Center into WVGS 91.9 The Buzz, and right there in the lobby.
Wow.
Amen.
And then I found out that because remember, this was 2006 probably.
Mhm.
We had Facebook, but we weren't friends and you couldn't like search
Yeah.
easily. And then I found out he lived in my apartment complex, but he had a girlfriend.
Oh.
And I saw them at Publix like a few months later, and
Not that.
I
You're like-
not that.
was like, ha
Saint.
ha.
Saint.
People were
Did he go in on you, or were you just going in on him?
We get that personal.
Well, I'm just asking because I'm curious if he thought he wasn't gay. Because
said,
and I
"Did
don't.
you
All right,
talk?"
let me take out the word going in. Let me say, did
Holly
he do
wants the
stuff to
full
you, or do you just do stuff to him? Because again, I'm just curious if this man thought he was not gay because getting that from a dude doesn't make him gay. And I would maybe argue you might be right. I don't know. I have lots of questions.
Yes, Miguel, explain to what happened that night.
Once again, if my parents-in-law or my mom is
You
listening,
already brought it. I'm not asking for like
stop.
detail.
It was both. Okay, I'm sweating right now.
I don't know why. Just
Because
leave
it's
it
like,
good.
I mean, it's one thing to just be like, oh, it happened, but
Right.
then when it's just like, who did who? What did happen?
Well, I'm not saying go into detail
No,
about.
it wasn't all the
things.
way, and it wasn't all the way.
It was reciprocated.
Yes, it was reciprocated.
That's what I'm curious about.
Gotcha.
Let's see here. Let's see. There was another one. Ashley said parking lot at the Trop. That is for Charlotte fam. That's the baseball stadium in St. Pete. After a first date at Enigma, that is a gay bar in St. Pete. Girl, I've heard about some people doing that over there because it's
Over
like
at the
right.
I just drove past there yesterday, actually.
And then, well, next time you drive past, think about Ashley getting it in the parking lot over there.
Now that's what I will think about. Thank you. Yes.
Noemi said I was in a car and police came up, just like riding in car with boys.
That happened to me.
You-
I got caught by the cops. Mind you, okay. Oscar and I were living like 45 minutes away from each other. So every time we had hung out after a date night, it was like, let's start making out in the car. And then, of course, I'm the one who initiates. Let's go to the back seat.
Oh,
And after a while, I was caught with less clothes on than when I
Oof.
came the car in. And not Oscar, though.
No.
wait.
Not him, but I did.
So were your pants off?
My pants were off.
Were your underpants off?
My underpants were off.
Woo! So you were just swinging out in the
He
wind.
was out here Donald ducking it.
Swinging, and there's a flashlight that goes into the car, and I'm like, "What is happening?"
Oh my
and
gosh.
me, like an idiot, I was like, "Yeah, sorry, officer, we're just being like dumb kids." And he gets my license. He's like, "You're 24." I was like,
I mean, to be fair, that is young.
I
would
mean,
go as far as to say, like, you still don't know what the hell you're doing with your mind.
no, you don't.
Right.
But when you 19, that's one thing. When you 24,
Yeah, 24. You like,
you can rent a car then. So,
yeah.
oh,
Boy.
let's see. Laura said at a concert in the parking lot in a van. Didn't know the parking lot was empty and the van was rocking and the cops came a knocking.
Yeah, they're like, we can't keep this. Break it up. Break it up.
Oh, God.
Time to be done.
What are some of the texts that we got the other day, Kelvin? And by the
Yes.
way, Holly, how can people text us if they're listening to the on-air show?
All right, super easy. So, and you can actually text anytime. That doesn't have to be just during the show, but you can text your comment, but start it with the word hits. So, hits, I hooked up in a blah, 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 blah. Text that to the number 96893. And then that gets to us so we can read it. Standard text messaging rates may apply.
Holly, every time you say it, it's different. So
But you know what I mean.
we have to say that every time we say the text line. And so
I'm taking it upon myself to really try and make sure we get it out.
every time you say it, it's different. I'm gonna
Standard
like
data rates and messaging plate may apply.
standard message and data rates may apply. I want to like
That-
just snip together all the times you've said it just to see.
Well, you know what I mean.
Kelvin, what are some of the tweet or the text we got?
So we talked about this on air, but I feel like we need to like rehash it. I don't understand the logistics. Got caught in the cooler at Sam's Club.
Oh, that's right.
Did they work at Sam's Club or were they a guest?
I just
Because
I mean, you can get in there. Okay, so
I haven't been to a Sam's Club in like 20 years. I don't even know what cooler, like where they
just-
keep eggs or like a big walk-in cooler.
well, they have a crap ton, like basically where you keep the frozen foods or like the desserts or any of that stuff. But I don't understand what.
I mean, you can, because like I know at Costco, they have one where they have like all the vegetables and like you walk through these double doors.
Oh, that's right.
And then you can go in there and then you can go like behind what we see.
Mhm.
And so I'm
Mhm.
imagining if you work there and then
Right.
you're just like,
Thank you for that audio piece of helping the story.
listen, that's part of my job, pattern disruption. Did we get some other tweets?
We did
Or
get a few.
Text.
Got caught in the woman's bathroom at a laundromat.
Oh.
Laundromat, freezer, both places I would not enjoy.
Do y'all remember the story I told on air? I was at, and I didn't tell the location. I still won't tell the location. I was at a fast casual dining establishment recently.
Denny's.
And what? No,
Cracker Barrel.
mostly. No, it's not like that. It's like you mostly take it to go. You could eat there, but whatever. And it's like super healthy.
Mm.
But anyway, I was in line. Me and this other dude were in line for the bathrooms, and they're like unisex, like anybody's going in any bathroom, doesn't matter.
Mhm.
And there's two bathrooms and both were locked. So me and this other guy were like, oh my God. And there was a huge line at the counter. So then one of the other employees that's working the line comes out and like knocks on the one bathroom door and she's like, Mary, there's a line.
Oh.
And so then she walks back to the counter and Mary and some man come out of the bathroom. And I was like,
Mary.
I was like, bitch, not only are Mary and this man getting it, but the other lady's trying to cover. I was like, and now I have to use this bathroom? No, thank you.
That's
Mary,
teamwork.
yes, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb.
Oh. Welcome to that, Kelvin.
Wow.
Were there any more texts or was that it?
Ooh. There's a few. There's a creepy one. What was it? A school bathroom in a middle school. Why?
What?
Why?
Is it a teacher?
I have no idea.
Probably
you know, we
not.
get no context with these
Well,
texts.
Okay. Now, when I was in middle school, I remember somebody.
There were some bad kids in middle school.
Yes, there were. Yes.
All right, I'm like
There was.
sifting through memories. I just remember one kid. Oh my gosh, it's going. Why are kids so weird? There was a kid that used to like have alone time, but like by like in front of other people, like he would just stick his hand in his pants
Oh
and just go.
my God.
And we were like,
Oh.
why? What
In
do you
middle
do?
school?
Yes, it was like we were in like 7th or 8th grade, and I just remember what his name is, and I was like, what? Like what? Why? But like we all thought it was funny, and now looking back, we're like, bruh,
Not funny.
Like
what?
assault.
What are you doing? I remember somebody brought beer to middle school one time, but it broke in their locker, and it was like this big scandal because everybody was trying to figure out. Because of course they were like, "Well, I didn't bring it. I didn't put it in there," and it was like, "Who else has the combination to your locker?"
Right.
Right.
And what are you gonna get drunk during homeroom in 7th grade? Like what?
I know. Kids, man, kids were so bad. Yeah, there was a drug related thing. What was I just gonna say? I just lost it. Wait. It was, I used to sit next to this girl on the school bus, and she would always get into fights. One time she slapped a teacher. And so
Oh,
we were like, I think we were in 8th grade, 7th or 8th grade. And like this girl, and I think about it now and I'm like, this child was so damaged. But at the
Mhm.
time, everybody was just like, just stay away from, I almost said her name. She's such a like she's so cool, but like she's a badass. She'll like kick your ass. And she would too, because she kicked a fucking teacher's ass.
Ooh.
But she was telling me, and she sat next to me, like the dorkiest, nerdiest, most non-bad kid in middle school of the entire school. And this girl sat next to me in the school bus. And one time we were on the way home for the day, and she was saying how she was pissed and her dad was pissed because some kid was supposed to give her a hit of acid in exchange for some money, but he didn't. And her dad was going to have something to say about it because he wanted that hit of acid too. And like 12-year-old Holly O'Connor is like,
No.
oh my God, that's so crazy.
Right? Like, oh my
I
God.
didn't know, I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't know what a hit of acid was until I was in my 30s.
I still don't even know what that is. Is it like a liquid? Is it powder? Like, I don't even.
I think it's a pill.
A
I think it's a pill. I think it's a pill, but like I didn't know what I didn't know what it was. I didn't even know she was talking about drugs. It sounded bad though. I was like, oh dear God. And that was middle school.
Some kid got jumped in my middle school from a gang.
Oh, a gang?
Oh my God.
Yes.
What?
What are you doing in a gang in middle school?
Oh my God.
I don't understand.
That is just not. It's like the things that you think about back then. Like I remember one time.
It's just like, no, you're like, oh, that
Right.
happened.
It just seemed normal. Like, or things that you thought were funny back then. Like I remember when I first learned the term boner, and I thought it was like the funniest thing in the world. And so I remember we were at a playground and there was this mom with her probably like toddler or something. And me just thinking like not everybody knows what the term boner is. And I was just like, boner, 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 boner. And this mom was like, wanted to slap me in my face.
like you thought she didn't know what you meant.
I was like, she won't know. She won't know. But look, he got a boner on his face. She got a boner on her face. Boner, boner. She was like, get the fuck away from my child.
Look at you now as an adult. Boner.
You've
Give
never
me the
changed.
boners.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Noemi also said, I used to work at a nursing home and walked in to my 2 CNAs getting it on in patient's bathroom.
Yes.
Patient's room was empty.
At least the patient's room was empty. Jeez.
Girl, you got to get it, honey. Francisco said, when I went to Vegas, I was walking down the street and this guy was yelling, he has party favors. I didn't know what it was until my friend explained to me that he was selling
Ecstasies.
ecstasies. I remember, do you remember this back in the day, Kelvin, if you were ever on any of the apps, like when people said they wanted to party, but the T was capitalized? And I didn't know what that meant.
I didn't even know about that either. I just knew there was a snowflake. I think it was snowflake emojis is what I caught onto that.
Yeah. They'd be like, do you want to party?
What does that mean? I still don't know.
Tina, which
What's
is
Tina?
Is it ecstasy?
Oh, I never heard of that. I thought it was Molly. How many women's names are we giving ecstasy?
Tina drugs. Hold on.
I remember there was green
Are
monkeys.
you Googling Tina drugs?
Oh no, it's meth. It's meth.
You took meth that day, Miguel.
That's right. Party and play. And I used to be like, oh my God, I love going out. I love the party. Friday, Saturday nights, girl.
You're like,
to
yes,
party
I like
and
to
play.
have fun and dance.
Yes, I'm all about the party, honey.
And then they bring meth and they're like, well, and you're like, oh,
I'm like,
no.
no. Wow.
Mhm.
Well, our 20s were fun. Those were
Were
great.
they?
No.
I'm glad I didn't do any hard ass drugs. That scares me.
No, not at all. Like I don't think I would have made it out if I would have done that stuff back then. I was like, I had alcohol and that was about as much. That was about as much as I could do for me.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're done here today. I think we've done all the damage we can do.
I know, I'm like, what? Like, okay, just again, I'm supposed to write the blurb about this. The
Mhm.
fuck?
Oh wait,
what
hold
was
on.
it? Insurance.
Insurance is a
Sex.
scam, and sex and drugs.
Jason said they still doing the T on the apps and P and P.
Oh,
What's P and P?
party and play.
Party and play.
Is it? Sex, drugs, and rock and roll podcast. Oh my god.
That's what this is.
And
Except insurance in place of rock and roll.
Sex, drugs, and insurance.
That's it. You all named it. That's the title.
All right. Jason said, correct, party and play.
What is
Wow.
party and play? Like that you bring drugs and you do drugs and
And
have sex? And
yeah,
stuff?
party. Yeah, Tina, and then play is getting it in.
I thought poppers were drugs.
Oh, poppers. That's a whole nother
I remember
thing.
when Miguel had to explain to me what poppers were for a long time ago, and
All
found
right,
out.
we need to go.
All right. Well, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna start doing this at the end of the show. We'll ask you on Facebook and YouTube what the name of the podcast should be, so we all it's a collaborative effort, so Holly doesn't
Yes.
have to think about it every time.
I can write the thing, but sometimes coming up with a creative title gets the best of me.
There we go.
So that's a good
Sex,
one.
drugs, and insurance. That's it. All right, we'll see you Wednesday. Bye.
Miguel and Holly Uncensored.
Catch it on the iHeartRadio app or anywhere you listen to podcasts.